Our next guest is an Australian stand-up comedian and writer. She's performed at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival and is best known for her work as regular team captain on Good News Week. Please make her very welcome. She's a dear friend of mine, Claire Hooper. How are you? Thanks for coming. You're here.
I'm here.
Thanks very much.
We are dear friends, aren't we?
Aren't we? Let's just oversell it. It's great that you're on the show again because last time you were here, you didn't have a little baby.
That's right.
Yes, a first-time mum.
Yeah.
That's exciting. Come on. Very exciting times for you.
Heaps of people have done it. And you know what?
The first time you've done it.
It is.
It's a personal best, put it that way.
Yeah. And do you know, I don't know about exciting though. I feel I've been waiting for it to be exciting. I'm like, when will it be? I mean, even as it's coming out, it's like, ow, this really hurts. But it's not exciting yet. Like it's kind of just, like she's great, but it's just work. It's just...
But you haven't let her... Oh, she'll watch these back. But you haven't let...
I said I love her.
Yes.
And then I said but, which is how so many sentences start in motherhood. Oh. Anyway, yeah.
But you haven't let it slow you down because you've just been at a music festival yourself. Did you take her with you?
Oh, mate, of course I did. Unreal. Yeah, of course.
You did Splendour in the Grass, right?
Yeah, I did Splendour in the Grass. I'm doing some more festivals as well.
That's great.
It is awesome having a baby at a festival.
Right.
You know, because you get to go up to 18-year-olds that are pashing someone they clearly just met and go, make good decisions. It comes out the hole he puts it in. And then you just run off again. I don't think the young people think about that enough.
No, you're educating them.
Yeah, that's right.
So what other festivals are you going to then?
Oh, I'm going to go do Queenscliff Music Festival as well this year. And I did Rotto Fest. That's on a little island off the coast of WA.
You're right.
And that one was a mistake because... No, because I'm taking the baby and an island full of loud people. Like you literally have to go out into the ocean to find a quiet place. You know what I mean? Like it's an island. Where do you go for it to be quiet enough to put a baby to sleep? So that was 3 nights of joy.
Oh, man.
While people nearby sang Bohemian Rhapsody drunkenly at 2 in the morning. And
well, they didn't complain about the baby making noise, so it's kind of a good change for her.
That's fair, isn't it?
Right.
That is fair, Simon, thank you.
But when she grows up, like, and people are like, when she's 18, people say, you want to come to this cool festival? She's like, psh, I've been going to them since I was a baby.
Been there, done that. Yeah, that's right.
Another thing that not everyone knows about, but you're really good at making costumes. I'm very, very excited by your skills and your abilities. It's a hobby, a pastime. Yeah,
I wonder sometimes if I'd be happier if I actually did that for a living. Like, I just enjoy it. You know, people talk about the zone, and I enjoy the things I do, but I get in the zone when I make costumes. You know, like I can go 36 hours straight without eating because I'm in the zone. I love it.
Making babies, boring. Making costumes, woo!
It's true.
Yeah, right.
It's true. Like a friend asked me to make an Olaf the Snowman costume for her child recently, and it was just the most thrilling thing ever because it's like, well, that's a 3-dimensional. How do you make it look like snow? How do you make it puffy? How can a 4-year-old walk in it?
What are the questions?
How is she not going to overheat in the Australian climate?
How do you make it look like snow? What's the trick?
Good question. Okay, I use...
Look at her eyes light up when I ask a costume.
I use a particular kind of fur fabric that's not very deep pile fur, but it's like a fur fabric, and then I put it over the top of a very firm foam, but a thin foam. So I basically cut it, you know, sort of like a tennis ball. Like you make a tennis ball, covered it in fur, little one, and then a big one, and.
What a joy. And you can buy them now from Claire Hooper's website.
Yeah, please. Please, they cost $700 because it took me 36 hours.
Oh, my goodness. But you've made some costumes for friends and celebrities, have you not?
Oh, I made an Adam Richard onesie.
Have you? Have we got, I think we've got a photo of that somewhere.
The Adam Richard one?
There he is.
Yeah, I didn't make it for Adam Richard to wear, but that was the most amazing. Like, that's a little bit...
So you made
Inception, isn't it, when Adam Richard puts an Adam Richard... Well, the best thing about it is it looks It's Adam Richard from Celebrity Splash, so it's got his swimsuit on, but you do the zip up and then you get to the chin, you keep going, and the two sides of his face just... it's very unnerving. Scary.
I think we had other ones. You have a giant pack of butter. Is that true?
Oh, well, yeah.
I know we've done this out of order.
But that's to go with Asher Treleaven wanted to dress as a giant lobster, and I made him a lobster head, and then he was like, "Can you make me some butter to dance with?" And I was like, "You bet I can."
How big was the butter?
There's
the lobster. There he is.
That photo doesn't do it justice, but it was a magnificent piece of work. Yeah, the butter's about that big.
I don't mean to ruin the logic here, but why would the lobster be dancing around the thing that it's consumed in?
I don't know if you're...
Sadistic lobster.
Are you familiar with Asher Treleaven?
Yes,
I mean, his work doesn't make sense. So,
so comedy, costumes, and gardening are your the triple threat, Hoops.
Yeah.
Because...
Yeah, I'll win a Tony for my gardening, that's for sure, yeah.
Your parents have an amazing garden, is this
true?
true?
So my parents have a garden centre. It's pretty amazing. It's in Perth and it frequently wins Best Garden Centre in Australia. I'm very proud of them.
That's amazing.
Yeah, they've done good, my folks. And so I've got my horticulture qualifications and I'm just waiting for that day when there's a comedy gardening show and I'm like, I am the one person that is going to get this gig. Like, I'm just waiting for it.
Comedy costume gardening show.
Yes, please.
Claire Hooper, straight away.
Hoops! She's going to dig some holes, dressed as a parrot. Tune in. Yeah.
Well, you've had good gardening experience. Didn't Don Burke have a run-in with your brother? Is this true?
Okay, this is the best thing ever. We did meet Don Burke, obviously. He came to film at my parents' garden centre. Obviously.
Hold on, they're not Chris and Murray, are they? Like, we're Chris and Murray. That's not your parents?
No, they're a different style.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
They speak like this. My mum speaks like this. Perhaps you'd like a Grevillea Sylvia. That's a really nice shade of pink. That's how my mum talks. Yeah, right. She's beautiful. Don Burke came and filmed at the nursery, and we came home from school right as the film crew was packing up. And my brother's just awesome. Like, he's so much ballsier than me. Don Burke is standing there talking to my parents, and my brother brings this snake that he's made in pottery class. He's like 9 years old or something, and he shows it to Don Burke, as you would, and Don Burke looks at it and goes, "That looks like something my dog does on the lawn."
Oh.
And my little brother goes, "That looks like your head," and ran off.
Nailed it.
Yeah. You could see his film crew like packing up behind, just going, "Oh, I wish I could talk to him like that." It was just like such a beautiful moment.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I told that story in a show, and then I was trying to work out how to finish this show. Like last year at Comedy Festival, a show called Plums, which was a show entirely about plums. My husband dared me to. So I told this story in the show, and then I was trying to work out how to finish the show, and I approached Don Burke, and I was like, "Hey, I tell this story in my show about you being an asshole. Would you like to do me a voiceover for the end of the show?" And he did. What a champion.
Wonderful. So I guess he redeemed himself after all these years.
Yeah, no, I'm his biggest fan.
I think we've got the audio from it if we can hear it.
This is Don Burke. I hope you've learned a little today about growing plums. You may have learned a little from Claire too. However likely you take the advice of a person whose greatest disappointment is not shitting herself on live radio.
That was another story.
Whatever, I'm sure you'll agree it takes plums to write a whole show about plums. So stick that in your plums, Wade. I've been Don Burke, celebrity gardener and notorious arsehole. Go yourself and good night.
All right. Well, that's
how you finish a comedy show.
What a legend.